In this lesson, we'll cover detailing in 3D. So the example we're looking at right now is actually a detail in 3D, where we actually have a detail view of three-dimensional elements, in this case your HVAC system, and then we added details, text, or dimensions to the view. So how do we go about adding this three-dimensional view for details? Well, the first thing you want to do is actually create a three-dimensional view. You can use the three-dimensional view you already have, simply duplicate it, and then we can make it a detail view. The one we're going to use for this example is the typical room WSHP. So let's go ahead and double-click on that view, and it'll open up the typical view for this cropped three-dimensional view. Now, you can just simply change it in this lesson, but what I would do is duplicate the view for your own purposes if you were to actually do this in your project, renaming that view to a detail view. First, what we want to do is hide some things. We don't necessarily need to see all of the architectural details, so we can simply hide these elements within this view. One method is to just select an element, right-click, choose Hide in View, Category. This will hide these elements within the current view. And you can repeat the process for the different elements that you currently see, such as the walls, doors, windows, even different system elements like your piping. Maybe I do not want to see my piping, so I can hide this within the view. Another method would be to create a view template and assign the view template to this view that already has these elements hidden, or to create a view template from what we just did. Now, once you have this view set, orient it to the position where you want it by rotating the actual view. Now, right now, it's still a 3D view, and you cannot create annotation in a 3D view. On the view bar at the very bottom, there's a little house. And if you move your mouse over the house, it actually says Unlock 3D View. However, if you click the house, you're presented with three options. Of the three options, only one is active. That option says Save Orientation in Lock View. Technically, what that does is it does what it says. It locks the view in its current position, but by doing so, it enables you to draw 3D annotation, or annotation, if you will, for detailing on this view. So let's click Save Orientation in Lock View. So now the little lock is locked on the house. The view is locked, so I cannot rotate it or change position. Now let's go to the Annotate tab. On the Annotate tab now, the commands for annotation within the 3D view are available. And when I add my text or notes, those text or notes become parallel to my screen. So for example, let's click Text. And on the right, let's do a call out with two segments. So go ahead and click that. Revit will then ask you to click your point where you want to place the call out, or in this case, the arrowhead. I'm just going to choose a place on the duct. Drag my mouse to make the one segment, a little more to make the second segment, and then it's going to prompt me to key in what text I want to key in. For this example, I'm just going to type duct. When I'm done, click Modify. And I can repeat the process again, creating again another text element with an arrow with two segments. Maybe I'll place this one off the diffuser. I'll click the diffuser, drag out, drag again, and then I can type in my text for what I'm actually keying in. Again, when I'm done, click Modify. And you can continue to repeat the process by adding additional text with arrows, without arrows, dimensions, or other elements that you want to add from your detail and annotation view. So as a review, in this lesson, we looked at creating detail in 3D views. We first started out by creating a 3D view or reusing a 3D view. Within that 3D view, we hid elements that we don't want to see. Recommendation would be to apply a view template or to make a view template with those elements hidden. Once we have everything hidden except for what we wanted to see, in this case our HVAC system, we actually selected to freeze the view and its orientation. That actually will keep it locked in its position, but also enable us to create annotation or detail text within the view. That could be text, text with arrows, or other detail elements within this view.